Hey everyone, let me take you through the basics of Overdrive PvP. Overdrive PvP is built on the rule set called Sphere, which means you'll be able to move while channeling spells. You can think of Sphere just like any other rule set people master, like being great at T2A 5 times or 7 times. It's a style that's all about mastering spell timings and line of sight, as well as strategically using melee properly. If you're into fast-paced, reactive focus, and non-scriptable PvP, then you'll love Overdrive. It takes about 10 minutes to jump into action from character creation, so there's no reason to not give it a shot. Alright, let's get into it. Overdrive has a 300 stat cap, and it's split evenly between all stats at 100, 100, 100. For skills, we have an 800 skill cap, which offers you the opportunity for 3 different build ideologies. Hybrid for players who want a balanced character using both melee and magery. Pure Mage for players who want to solely PvP with magery and have a mana advantage. And Warrior for players who love melee and need a bit more survivability. If you're brand new, I would recommend going for the Pure Mage build even if you love melee, as it takes time to understand how to use melee properly. On Overdrive, you must target someone to initiate casting a spell versus traditional UO where you initiate your spell first before you target. So when I press my F1 macro for Magic Arrow, my target cursor appears first and then the spell begins to channel after I select my target. Now that I have my target, I can press my F2 macro with last target built into it so it can initiate a cast all in one button. We use the word fizzle when referring to interruptions. So to fizzle someone means to either interrupt their spell with another spell or being out of line of sight. Overdrive Magery PvP is a cat and mouse game of trying to fizzle your opponent's spells while not fizzling your own. The primary way you fizzle your opponent is with fast casting first circle spells, which we call fizzle spells. As your understanding of spell timings grow, you'll start to use higher circle spells to fizzle, such as Poison or Lightning. You must have line of sight of your target in order to initiate and complete a spell cast. On Overdrive, having line of sight means there's no objects blocking your pathway to your opponent. Unlike traditional UO, objects you can see over, like tables and half walls, do block your line of sight on Overdrive. The rule of thumb is, if you can't run through it, it'll block your line of sight. Let me show you how to properly use line of sight in real time, and then I'll break it down. Okay, my opponent casts Flame Strike, and I wait a moment, then cast Flame Strike myself. I then run behind this wall to get out of my opponent's line of sight, wait for him to fizzle, then I pop back out so my Flame Strike would hit. You can also create your own line of sight by using doors and items such as invisibility potions. Part of the fun of Overdrive is finding creative ways to break line of sight. Doors are used to break line of sight, but they're also used to block people or just throw someone off by messing with their timings. Be sure to turn off automatic door opening functions in your options, as you'll want complete control of them while you're fighting. Our spell timings generally follow traditional timings of increasing a half second per circle. The first circle takes a half second to cast, and the 8th circle takes 4. Fizzle spells are an exception, as a half second cast time would make it way too easy to fizzle someone, so we extended it to 0.7 seconds. Most players choose one fizzle spell, which fits their preferred style. Magic Arrow chips away health, Weaken gives you an HP advantage, Feeble Mind gives you a mana advantage, and Clumsy gives you a stamina advantage. Overdrive's damaging spells are sorted into 4 elemental categories: fire, cold, electric, and physical. Overdrive's armor system provides damage resistance and vulnerabilities to each of these elemental categories. You can either wear a full set of armor that gives a bonus that reduces that armor's weaknesses, or you can mix and match armors to find the perfect resistance balance. Physical spells have a special property where they reduce stamina in addition to doing damage. Once you're at 0 stamina, you'll begin to walk, which makes you extremely vulnerable, and you'll want to drink a refresh potion to regain stamina. All the traditional spells you love are available, but we added a few new spells to support our elemental system. Spell damage scales on the spell's cast time, but generally falls within the typical range of that spell's circle. So, the longer the cast time, the higher the DPS. Poison is used to apply pressure as the poison tick fizzles. Once you hit someone with poison, that's your chance to strike with a spell or retreat to heal. It's good practice to immediately cure poison, so you have a chance to counter the next spell being cast on you. As for AoE, we have short-range AoE spells such as Frost Nova, which does high damage, or Poison Nova, which debuffs with a special poison that can only be cleansed with a greater cure potion. There are also long-range AoE spells like Meteor Swarm or Earthquake used for zoning, as well as anti-gank spells like Chain Lightning. Now let's talk defense. Stat buffs include Agility, Cunning, Strength, and Bless to counter debuffs. Protection or Reactive Armor is used to counter melee damage. Most players use Greater Heal versus Mini Heal as you get more heal per second, even though Greater Heal has a unique cast time of 3 seconds. Cure is used to cleanse poison, and Dispel is used to cleanse stat buffs. Magic Reflection negates and reflects an entire spell, meaning it will completely reflect that one spell regardless of its circle. Magic Echo is a new spell, which is the same as Magic Reflection, but you're able to hold your Magic Reflection charge for a short period of time, and activate it again so you can choose when to reflect a spell. All of these new spells can be overwhelming at first if you're new to Overdrive. I encourage you to use our recommended macro setup from our wiki. Overdrive's accuracy rates are extremely high, so you'll likely not miss. Also, many two-handed weapons have special moves including paralysis, reduction of stats, and amplifying damage depending on which weapon you use. We have what's called a wind-up swing mechanic. Once you're within attack range, you initiate the swing animation and you attempt to hit after the weapon's delay. However, if you initiate the swing animation, then immediately run out of melee range, you load the swing. Once a swing is loaded, it'll instantly hit your target when you return within attack range. The best situation to use melee is if you trap someone in a small area like a house where it's hard to create space. For open space combat, you have to be more strategic with your melee. You run to your target to load up your swing, get out of line of sight so the spell being cast on you fizzles, then you immediately go back in for a hit. You have to be really confident in your ability to line of sight to make it work well. The third situation is when you're completely out of mana and your potions are on cooldown. It's basically a last resort to try to fizzle your opponent. Let's roll through the core items you'll need while PvPing. All drinkable potions have a universal 14-second cooldown, so if I drink a potion, I cannot drink any other potion for 14 seconds, so choose wisely. Heal potions provide health, mana potions provide mana, invisibility potions instantly make you invisible, which gives you the opportunity to make game-changing plays. For stamina, you can choose either refreshment potions or restore potions. Refreshments give 100 stamina, and restore potions give a little less stamina but also restore some health. Cure potions are needed to cleanse the incurable poison from Poison Nova. Explosion potions are an amazing utility item which is used by magic arrowing one in your pack, which damages you and those within a few tiles around you. The reason they're great is they can unpara you, reveal hidden people, and has a strategic use like hitting someone on the other side of a wall to hurt or fizzle them, or finish off a low health target. If you have healing, bandages are a great tool to use for emergency healing or getting quick heals off for no mana. Bandages heal over time but also cure poison and can resurrect. They can be fizzled as they channel like any other spell, but they have no cooldown. Scrolls are useful since you'll be blowing through so much mana. Players tend to use them for higher circle spells like Energy Bolt, Flame Strike, or Thunderclap. Scrolls reduce mana cost by 25%, and if you have GM Inscription, it increases it to 40%. At 120 Inscription, it reduces mana cost to 50%. Thanks for watching. For more information, please visit our website or join our Discord linked in the description below.